here's an interesting one from the USC. And this, of course, can't necessarily be answered, but Greg will still serve it up in terms of what your impressions are. Do Husker fans want Mickey Joseph as head coach or someone else, or is it too early to say?
I think most people really do want Mickey Joseph as the head coach, after the last couple of weeks. And, obviously that's a interesting question with Matt Rhule being fired by the Panthers yesterday as well. And being the big name out there is, when there's already 5 head coaching jobs open and more to come. So I just, talking with other media members, a lot of us have the same opinion that, Mickey's really, he's really learning how to be a head coach right now on the fly. And he cares and he's so passionate about the kids and about the program. And, he's so engaged. That's the difference. I mean, they say like in practice, he's standing right over the ball and he's always in there on both sides, coaching up and just always involved and always talking. And, Scott Frost was not that way. And, right now he's having some success, but, obviously there's going to be a lot of names, a lot of interviews. It's hard to say right now. And then obviously, you would hope that if he doesn't get the job that the new coach would keep him on staff, him and Bill Bush really. But, then there's the debate on does Trev Alberts, have that in there as part of taking the job is you got to keep Mickey Joseph. I don't believe in that scenario. I mean, if you're bringing a new head coach in, I think he's got to be able to hire his own staff. But who knows? I mean, but I think the popularity, Mickey was already popular. And I think the popularity just goes up and up, especially after these last 2 weeks. And we'll see what they do, on the road again here at Purdue. And, I am super impressed with Mickey Joseph. I mean, every time, he's so genuine and tells you exactly what he thinks. And, that's hard. I mean, you're not used to that in the coaching world these days anymore. But he's, and the thing is too, he's an older guy, him and Bill Bush, people don't realize he's 7 years older than Scott Frost. And he's been coaching longer than Scott Frost. And, he's coached at every level and it's about time that he gets a head coaching job somewhere. And if it's not going to be here, he's definitely going to be a candidate, I think, somewhere else here in the near future.
Yeah. It will be now even more interesting, of course, with the schedule ramping up considerably starting this Saturday, how much Nebraska's improved. Again, they did what they had to do the last 2 weekends against Rutgers and Indiana. Those teams are scuffling themselves. And the Rutgers game, of course, was close to being a loss, but they get the job done. And Rutgers turns around and fires their offensive coordinator the next day. Huskers win it 14-13.
Yeah, I believe Indiana fired their offensive line coach after the Nebraska win as well. So.
Yeah, so if you're on the Purdue coaching staff, you're not feeling too easy right now, I guess.